Hey guys, what you are about to watch is a tutorial on how to use Cronometer, how to set it up, get the right settings into your journal to make sure that you're tracking the right things, and then how to actually log in some meals for yourself. So this is just a starter video of what's gonna make tracking a little bit easier for you. Check it out. If you have any questions, just shoot them my way so you can get right on top of that tracking. So we're gonna start by getting into the Cronometer app. As you can see, we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner set up as the meals here in the main screen. But what we're gonna do first is get the settings squared away for you. And for this, you're just gonna hit that settings button in the bottom right of the screen. Here, you have all your options to look over what needs to happen in your app to make it work for you. So we're gonna hit macro targets. And once we've hit macro targets, we're gonna make sure that carb tracking is on total carbs and macros is on fixed values, because that's what you're gonna use from the lifestyle journal that I send to you. So now you can edit the calories and protein, carbs, and fat. The calories are gonna be an estimation based off of your macros. So guys, always just keep in mind that that calorie number may not match exactly what your macros output. So we wanna just aim for those macros with each of our meals and logs and that sort of thing. So here, making sure that my numbers match what's in my lifestyle journal. So the next thing we're gonna hop into is the diary settings. You're gonna click that button there, and here you can mess around with how you want the layout to look, but you can see that I have pre-workout, snacks, and post-workout unselected, but those are custom groups that I created because I usually have 5 to 6 meals in a day. So I'm just gonna select those so that they end up on my main screen. You can also go through the different settings here. Activity level, that is calculated by me. So you're gonna hit custom, hit 3100, that's my calorie level. So I'm just putting that in there and then hitting the back triangle on the top left. Okay, so you're gonna enter that based off of your lifestyle journal. Body fat is something I calculated using an InBody, and weight, you do not need to put a weight goal on there. Okay, that's all part of our process and included in your lifestyle journal. Now you'll see that the meals load up in my main food logging screen. All right, so now we're gonna get into adding food. So for the next 3 minutes, you're gonna see exactly how I log my breakfast. We're here in the screen, and you can see then when you click those 3 lines on the top right, you can mess around with the different options. I've got favorites selected, so you can see all my favorite foods and custom foods, including rainbow spuds. Yes, that is definitely a meal that I make frequently. Okay, so we're just gonna take off the filter now, and we are going to, you can just see there the multi-add function. And those boxes on the left, that just allows you to add more than one food at a time, which for me, sounds like a great idea. So eggs, I'm gonna just select the ones that I usually eat, and those are the cage-free Kirkland eggs. You can see that I've had quite a few Kirkland eggs, but I'm gonna go to that second entry, and it's always gonna remember the last number that you input here. I'm gonna select this star on the top of the screen there to set this as a favorite. So when I search, it'll come up towards the top of the results. Now I'm gonna start logging all the other foods in there, and so I use Kerrygold butter, and I usually use 9 grams for every 4 eggs that I make of scrambled eggs. I eat dynamic duo potatoes, so I'm just selecting that box because I usually have 170 grams. If I needed to edit the amount, then I would just click on the entry. Now an English muffin. For this one, I type in English because that's the first word, and then I select favorites as a filter, and that's the exact brand that I use, so it's gonna give me the most accurate tracking. Now we're going back, and I'm just gonna finish up, add some blueberries in there, and it's gonna remember, again, the last one that I used. So I use frozen blueberries, 140 grams, and here's a custom recipe. So it includes the 3 supplements that I use in my greens drink. Just gonna favorite that since I haven't yet, and I'm gonna make sure that gets added. So the other thing that I'm gonna add here now is coffee. I have about 2 cups every morning. It doesn't carry a lot of macros. It does carry some calories, so just want to make sure that it's in there. Sorry for the schedule popping up on the screen, but schedules are important. So now you can see by clicking review items what's all going to go in my log. You can even see what the weather is going to be like. Just kidding. Add to the diary. And now you can see what I've got going on for my breakfast. And it's a good thing that I looked in here. Okay, I'm looking at my targets up top where you saw the swipe. I forgot to add the ham that I eat every morning. So again, favorites, my Kirkland Signature Black Forest ham. Now it's added in there, and we can see what progress I've made on my macro targets, specifically scrolling through there and just getting a good look at what breakfast looks like today. So now we're going to get a look at the top screen, the menus up there. I use only this menu screen, the middle dot, because it gives me an idea of what progress I have. There's tons of micronutrient information there, and we're going to completely ignore this slide to the left because I'm already calculating calories burned for you. You want to make sure all devices are disconnected from this app as well, because it's going to show you activity levels and that sort of thing. So since I eat this breakfast frequently, I'm going to go into multi-select mode, and I'm just going to put this in for tomorrow's breakfast right away because I'm going to have some variation of it. So I hit copy, and now today I hit paste, and it's going to go right into breakfast. Let's say I do not have coffee this morning. I can just swipe to the left and delete that. Since I eat this breakfast pretty much every day, I could multi-select all of these entries and simply put them in a create recipe and call it normal breakfast, or a fun one like brekkie day, and I could just add that as I go. So that is how you go through adding a meal in Cronometer, and how to create some favorites and filter out some of the results in your searches. As I teased at the end of that video tutorial, I will be releasing more information on how to create recipes and make your tracking life a little bit easier. So I hope you found this useful. If you have questions, just let me know so I can continue to create content that helps you track better and stay more consistent with your plan. All right, guys, have a good one.